Welcome back to Cricket for Americans. Nick here, and I'm bringing you another video in a series that I'm calling today, I'm naming it today, a series called A Theory Building. And the video I did, what was that, 1 or 2 weeks ago with Rajasthan and the 2008 Rajasthan Royals and the current Gujarat Titans, that's also going to be in this series, even though I didn't call it that back then. And just saying, so far, that theory building is looking very strong as Gujarat finds himself at the top of the table. I'm just saying, 5-1, not too bad for that theory building. But in today's episode, I'm an RCB fan. You know I'm an RCB fan. And this video right now is going to jinx the rest of the season. I already know it. We know what happens at the end of the season for RCB every single year. But can I just enjoy myself for a second? I have noticed, I feel that this RCB team is just a little different than last year's team. And for this video, I'm just going to compare it to last year. Last year, they were able to get into the playoffs, but they got eliminated in the eliminator round against KKR. There are some similarities, no doubt, between this year and last year. Both teams started 5-2. The first 7 games, they won 5, they lost 2. That's excellent. Both teams had Kohli, Maxwell, Shabazz Ahmed, Patel, Siraj. Some big players for their teams. But somehow, this year feels differently. And I'm going to dive into it. At first glance, a lot would say, well, of course it's different. It's the bowling. The bowling's much better. Additions like Hazelwood and Hasaranga. But how about we look at the facts? After 15 games last year, the bowlers averaged 6.06 wickets per match. This year, at the halfway point, they're 6.14. Is that a big difference? Not at all, but it is a little up from last year. The bowlers last year actually had 5 more wickets in the first 7 games compared to the bowlers this year. After the 7th game, though, RCB fell apart. Technically, after the 6th game, RCB fell apart. They lost 5 of their last 9 games, and including the eliminator match. Even before that, they seemed to be limping into the playoffs. Last year, the bowling relied on the power play and the death wickets. In the 6 losses last year, they had a total of 10 wickets in those 11 overs. Only 10 in those 11 overs combined for those 6 losses. They had a stretch of 6 out of 7 matches where they got 0 wickets in the power play. 3 of those 0 wickets actually went for wins. But those games, the team was saved by amazing batting performances. By 2 batters each time. Different collection of 2 batters. So why is this year different? The batting. I know, I'm all about the batting. But again, let's look at the facts. The batting averaged 153 runs per match last year. So far this year, 175. In all 6 losses last year, RCB couldn't score past 156, and they only got in the 150s once. Their batting just simply could not bail out the bowling when it was not strong. 5 times this year, RCB has only gotten 1 or 0 wickets in the power play, but they got 3 wins. 4 times they only took 1 or 0 wickets in the death. They got 3 wins in those matches. In the death, they've given up 66, 59, 58, and 43 runs. All wins. They gave up 83 and 52 runs in both their losses in the death. How are they still 5-2? The batting has been very consistent. With the exception of the dominant bowling performance against KKR, the batting has been carrying this team. And that's with Kohli being the 5th leading scorer on the team and coming in at 3 every single time. The easy thing to say is it's all because of Faf, their new captain. Right? Faf is the reason why the batting is so amazing this year. He's their top scorer. He's number 3rd in the league in runs. But no. Remember, Faf has scored 96 and 88 runs, respectively, in 2 matches. One of those was an RCB loss. In the other 5 matches, 4 of those being wins, he averaged 13.2 runs. So who's making the difference? 2 guys are making the difference, and they bat at 6 and 7 on most occasions. Dinesh Karthik and Shabazz Ahmed. Ahmed may be the biggest surprise for all IPL fans. He came into the league in 2020 for RCB, played 2 matches. But they continue to have faith in him. They continue to pick him up. He took 7 wickets last year. with one incredible over, where he took 3 of them against some pretty decent batters. This year, you haven't seen him bowl too much. He hasn't taken too many wickets, if any. But they're using him different this year. He's being used more primarily as a batter, even though he is an all-rounder. Last year as a batter, he averaged 8.4 runs with a strike rate of 111 in the 7 matches that he got to the crease. This year, he has always batted at number 6 and has averaged 32.8 runs with a strike rate of 147. And the only times he didn't get into the batting was because the top scorers scored so much they didn't need him. He has been the proper Robin, or more like a Darkwing, to DK's Batman. DK has been simply amazing. He typically bats at 7. Twice he batted at 4, but again, that was when the opener scored big. He has been a true finisher. He has the highest strike rate for anyone who has seen more than 36 balls this year. He is only 13 runs behind his entire total last year of the 15 matches he played. The crazy thing is this. When these two bat 6 and 7, amazing things happen. And the other amazing thing is when they bat 6 and 7, Ahmed has actually outscored DK 4 of the 5 times. Think about this. Last year with RCB, their batting was not able to save the poor bowling. Their 6 and 7 batters averaged a combined 12.3 runs. In the 11 matches that they saw, a 6 and 7 batter combined 12.3 runs. This year, in the 5 matches they needed a 6 and 7, they've combined 67. All to most RCB fans would agree that the bowling has definitely improved this year, with names like Hazelwood taking 4 wickets just today, Hasaranga being amazing, Akash Deep, even though he gets up a lot of runs, taking wickets, Pro Patel still at his wicket-taking ways, and they also have Siraj. But, for the reasons I've given you, the theory building is that this year could be a different year for RCB because of the batting. I hope you enjoyed my analysis. If you did, please give me a like, subscribe to the channel, don't forget to hit the notification bell, and check out some other videos that we have here on Cricket for Americans. And until next time, adios.